Hello, my name is Sarah Bukola Adeoye. I am your host on the Living Real with Sarah talk show, a talk show that is all about helping you to build and maintain healthy relationships. And these I handle on three basic levels. One, your relationship with your maker. Two, your relationship with yourself. And three, your relationship with other people. You're welcome to my show today, and I will be discussing a topic that has to do with your relationship with yourself. Your relationship with yourself. We have established that when you don't have a good relationship with yourself, there is no how you can have a good relationship with other people. So, apart from your relationship with your maker, which is the most important, your relationship with yourself is next. You have to know yourself, you have to know how you are wired, you have to discover your strengths, your weaknesses. Capitalize on your strengths and work on your weaknesses. Strive to get better and better by the day. Discover your purpose on earth and function in the same. I tell you, when you are busy doing all this, you would not have time for irrelevancies. Today I am discussing the topic I can hold my thoughts. You can hold your thoughts. Ever heard of the phrase hold that thought? It's a very common phrase. Hold it, hold that thought. I'll be with you in a jiffy. Hold that thought. I'm coming. Let me just say this. You should actually view your thoughts as a substance that you can handle. They call it your thoughts for a reason. It's yours because you are responsible for it. So you can hold your thoughts. You can drop that thought. You can think, meditate, ponder on that thought, and you can decide not to ponder on it. I'm bringing in a popular saying from the good book where the maker said, I know the thoughts that I think towards you. They are thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you a hope and a future. Thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you a hope and a future. Let me bring out two major things from this quote. One, this person talking here is a thinker. This person talking here is someone that thinks. Two, this person here understands that there are different thoughts and that he can pick his thoughts. He can decide to choose what he thinks on, and he has adopted thoughts of peace. He has adopted good thoughts, and he has decided to do away with evil thoughts. The same thing applies to you because you are made in the image of that person. The maker made you in his own image. So as he can, sieve, let me use that word, as he can sieve his thoughts and choose what to think on and what not to think on, so can you. In other words, you can't really stop thoughts from coming from left, right, and center, but you can decide whether to dwell on them or not. One of my very fine mentors said something, and I've held on to that. It takes 30 seconds for a thought to settle in your mind. Once the thought comes, dislodge it if you don't want it to settle. Once it comes, just send it back. It comes and you say, no, I'm not dwelling on you. Get out. Period. See, there is so much power that the human mind has that's not been tapped into. You are much, much more powerful than you could ever imagine. Wow, there's so much packaged inside of you. You are more than you think you are. You are more powerful than you think you are. You can do many more things than you think you can do. I tell you, I'm not psyching you up. I'm not being religious. I'm being real with you. If you are in the image of the maker of heaven and earth, then there is so much more to you. You have to be in control of your thoughts. Thoughts come from different avenues. Some come from your musings. Just begin to, think about some stuff, and then you just find yourself in different thoughts lines and all that. Some come because of what you have heard or what you have seen, what you have watched, what you have read. They take a form in your subconscious, then come back to you as thoughts. Now, but once the thoughts come, and the easiest way to do that is to speak out and say, no, I'm not thinking such thoughts. Because thoughts are very powerful. They are not spoken, but if you continue to dwell on negative thoughts, if you continue to dwell on bad and evil thoughts, somehow your life begins to move in that direction. Oh, I'm no good. Nobody wants me. I'm never able to keep a friend. Oh, every girl that I talk to turns me down. And you begin to think of yourself not adequate. I'm not enough. I'm not handsome enough. I'm not rich enough. Would there ever be anybody that will accept me this way? I'm a no good. Oh, I'm a mediocre. By the time you begin to entertain those thoughts, it drains you of the drive to move forward. And unconsciously, you begin to drift. Your life begins to move in the direction of the thoughts. I tell you. So you can actually decide on what thoughts to think about. They are your thoughts. Once that thought comes to you, it becomes yours to handle. If it's from things that you have seen, things that you have heard, things that you have been told, you can still decide to think or not to think about them. And I'm going to round off with this. You can't stop a bird from flying over your head, but you can stop it from building a nest in your air. And that's it. You can't stop the thought from coming. Thoughts will always come somehow. But then you can actually determine which one to entertain and which one to say no to. Okay, so take charge of your thoughts, friends. And till I come your way again, I'm your friend Sarah, and I'm saying to you, keep living real.